Shalom, queens and kings of the kingdom of God. Thank you for receiving me again in your houses. Today we're going to talk about one of the most important topic in the Bible, your salvation, the salvation of your soul. But today we're going to emphasize on this question: are you qualified to follow Jesus? Let's read for this in the book of Luke, chapter 9, verse 57 to 62. I read. And it came to pass that as they went in the way, a certain man said unto him, Lord, I will follow thee whithersoever thou goest. And Jesus said unto him, Foxes have holes, and birds in the air have nests, but the Son of Man hath not where to lay his head. And he said unto another, Follow me. But he said, Lord, suffer me first to go and bury my father. Jesus said unto him, Let the dead bury their dead, but go thou and preach the kingdom of God. And another also said, Lord, I will follow thee, but let me first go build them farewell, which are at home at my house. And Jesus said unto him, No man, having put his hand to the plow, and looking back, is fit for the kingdom of God. Brethren, maybe you understand now how or why I greet you every time I make a video, queens and kings of the kingdom of God, because this is the topic Jesus himself is about preaching all around the world. When he was on earth, he said to one of them, preach the kingdom of God, and he said to another, you will not be fit for the kingdom of God. So, we are in a good way. But today, we can see three different people, three different men coming to Jesus. The first says he wants to follow Jesus, and he doesn't give any excuses. He's ready to follow Jesus today. The second one, Jesus calls him to follow him, but he gives an excuse to go and bury his father. And the third one wants to follow Jesus, but he wants to bid farewell to his family before he can follow Jesus. So we can put the three different persons in two groups. The first group is the group of those who call themselves in the ministry. They are not called by Jesus, but they call themselves in the ministry. Now I want to be a pastor. From today, I'm a prophet. So they invite themselves in the ministry. Jesus didn't reject them. If you invite yourself or he calls you, no problem for Jesus, but he will show you the cost. He will tell you the criteria, what it takes to follow him. So you will decide if you can follow him or not. Let's look the first group, the two people, those who invite themselves in the ministry. Verse 57. And it came to pass as they went in the way, a certain man said unto him, Lord, I will follow thee whithersoever thou goest. And Jesus said unto him, Foxes have holes, and birds of the air have nests, but the Son of Man hath not where to lay his head. What was Jesus saying here? He was saying that you don't mean to. Do you understand what you're asking me for? Do you want to be a homeless guy? Because I'm homeless. Do you want to follow me? Do you want to live that life where people will humiliate you, will not value you, will not respect you? Is it that life you want to live? Jesus didn't have a house for himself. He didn't build a temple. He didn't have a big mansion. This is the reason why he was going around under trees, on the mountains, preaching the kingdom of God. People were following him. He said, go in that city. There is a servant there. Ask him, say the master wants to have Passover with you. And there is a room there. He will prepare for me and you so that we can spend Passover there. Jesus, he never had a place for himself. Or, have you ever read in the Bible that Jesus had a house? No. I don't think so. The second person in the first group, those who invite themselves in the ministry, from verse 61, he said, another also said, Lord, I will follow thee, but let me first go build them farewell, which are at home at my house. And Jesus said unto him, no man, having put his hand to the plow and looking back, is fit for the kingdom of God. So Jesus is saying that when you have made up your mind to follow him, you don't have to go back. You don't have to look back to what you're going to lose. Because you are going to lose a lot. You are going to lose your reputation. You're going to lose maybe your job. You are going to lose your family. You are going to lose opportunities to sin. You are going to lose many things. Because when you decide to follow Christ, if you're not married, the girls you wanted to be married with, or if you're not Christian, the girls you wanted to sleep with that say no to you, when you give your life to Christ, they come. They say, come and sleep with me. You wanted to sleep with me before. I said no, but now I'm ready. So, you are going to lose those opportunities to sin. My brother, this is what Jesus said. You will not be fit for the kingdom of God. The third one is the one he called himself. Jesus, 59, verse 59, and he said unto another, follow me. But he said, Lord, suffer me first to go and bury my father. But the Lord didn't want to suffer for him. The Lord didn't want to suffer him first to go and bury his father. Jesus said, follow me. And when he said that, Jesus said, let the dead bury their dead, but go thou and preach the kingdom of God. So when Jesus calls you, is to preach the kingdom of God. Jesus would never call anyone to preach any kind of messages that is not about the kingdom of God. Don't go around preaching vaccines. Don't go around preaching what your government wants you to preach. Preach what your master, what your Lord wants you to preach, and this is the kingdom of God. A higher government with higher laws that supersedes the laws of all the earth. This is what Jesus calls you to preach. When he calls you, he says, follow me. In conclusion, The three that were called failed to be qualified to follow Jesus. The first one, who didn't have any family to bid farewell to. The third one, who wanted to bid farewell to his family. The second one, who wanted to bury his father. All of them were not qualified. But some were qualified in the Bible. I mentioned Matthew. Will you also be qualified? This is where you have to pray and decide if you have accessed the cost to follow Jesus and to follow him as he wants. May God bless you. Letraot. Shalom. Bye-bye.